Alright guys, so as promised I said I'd make a video. First one I want to go over is the 45, 45, 90. As you know, because it's 45 and 45, that means it's going to make it an isosceles triangle. Okay, so that's key thing to know, number one. So that means both of these legs are going to be equal. Now, if we were to do trig here, we would get the right answer as whatever the leg is, my hypotenuse would be that times root 2. Okay. Now we could also do Pythagorean theorem, right? The hypotenuse squared. Okay, notice when we square rooted to both sides, c would equal the square root of 2 times the square root of x squared. Well, the square root of x squared is just x, so that's where the x root 2 comes from. Okay, so some example problems here. So if we look at this one, notice we have the hypotenuse here. Okay, so this is like our x root 2. Now we have a couple ways to go about this, but the easiest way then is both of these legs are going to be x. So if we think about that, that means 16, okay, equals x root 2, right? I already wrote that. And the legs are x. So you may be asking yourself, okay, well, how do I find the legs? Well, we could take x, okay, and we could divide it by root 2. Now the problem is, and which you'll learn later, and this is a good time to learn it, we don't like dividing by a, and you know what, let me backtrack. Maybe I shouldn't have used x here. Oops, still learning this software. Okay, let me erase this stuff. Boop, boop. Maybe what I should have said, and I apologize. You know I make a mistake every now and again. What I should have said is x is going to equal 16 divided by root 2. Okay? Now to get rid of that division sign, what we can do is multiply by root 2 over root 2 because they cancel each other out. That's just like this equals 1. If we multiply by 1, we don't change anything. So what this turns into then is 16 root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is just 2. So the legs would each be 8 root 2. Okay, and we're keeping that in exact form. We don't want a decimal. Now notice too, if we have legs, and we said it was an isosceles triangle, so that means each of the legs are equal. So if we wanted to find the hypotenuse, we'll call that c, because Pythagorean theorem. C would just equal 12 times root 2, okay, because it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. That's pretty much it.